Well, it's October, which means many are celebrating fall flavors and beer, but at Crooked Hammock Brewery, they're celebrating in their own special way.
Yeah, Rob, for them, this month marks Crooktoberfest, and everybody at the brewery is focused on offering classic Bavarian flavors with a Delawarean twist.
Prost.
Get your steins ready and bellies hungry because it's Crooktoberfest at the Crooked Hammock Brewery in Lewes.
Almost all of these beers are focused on the flavors of malt, which is a grain, barley, right? All ethanol that we drink comes from the fermentation of sugar, and the sugar in beer comes from grain, in this case barley. We use barley malt, and barley malt, not surprised to anyone, tends to be sweet. So these beers focus on the grainy, roasty, toasty, and sweet flavors. If you're eating the food and drinking the beer, it's not 1 + 1 = 2, it's 1 + 1 = 3.
Starting with a baked brie packed full of fall flavors.
This is a fun dish. We're using an old world cheese, brie. Our backyard cookout loves to use the grill, so we're throwing the brie on the grill. We remove the dough, we threw the brie right on there, and then we have this apple compote that goes on top, so we dice up some apples, cook them down in cider. And then we put the two together with some challah bread.
Oh, that knife just falls right into there. It is so beautifully melted. I'm having deep foodie thoughts right now. Give me a second. This dish just screams fall to me. The brie is just really rich and creamy, and then the brightness from the apples is such a wonderful pairing with that. And it's just a quintessential classic autumn flavor to have apples that have been cooked down like that.
The next German classic is colossal, and it comes with a beautiful hash of Brussels sprouts, apples, onions, and walnuts. Introducing the Das Pounder.
This is a 1 pound piece of pork tenderloin. We butterfly it, pound it out thin, batter it, flour, egg, and breadcrumb, and a little bit of our paprikash seasoning. I was kind of inspired by the this like Midwest dish where they take these giant pork tenderloins that are bigger than the plate and put one tiny little bun in the middle.
The crunch on this schnitzel is out of this world. You feel it as soon as you're cutting into it. We've talked about this on Foodie before. Pork can be kind of a difficult meat to work with if you don't know what you're doing with it, but this pork is really tender, it's really flavorful and delicious. There's a lot going on top of the schnitzel. It's kind of like you get a different thing every time you put your pork in there, but each of the elements in this pairs beautifully with the pork.
And if the Das Pounder didn't annihilate your appetite, prepare your taste buds for an apple cider affogato, an American play on the European classic.
This is the right time of year to be celebrating cider as well. So it's a marriage of hot cider, ice cream, ginger snap cookies, and caramel sauce. It's a really fun interactive dish where the guest gets to pour the hot cider over the ice cream.
Affogato. It's really interesting because depending on what your spoon hits and kind of the layers that it's able to work its way through on its way down to the bottom of the glass, you get kind of a different combination every time of both texture and flavor. Crooktoberfest runs until October 8th, so you still have some time to go check out those offerings. Tomorrow, they'll be having a ridiculous relay race, and we'll be offering crafting activities for kids. And if you buy a stein, you can refill it for the remainder of Crooktoberfest for pint-sized prices.
Yeah, I want one of those avocado apple ciders. That looked really good.
God,
yeah.
That was like living rent-free in my head.
I
so
bet
good.
it was. And if you go to Crooked Hammock, tell them that you saw them on Foodie Friday. And if you have any suggestions for Hannah or Mike, just send it to us at newsroom@47abc.com.